Think about everything you learned in school: mathematics, history, science, literature, languages, geography. Now think about this. Did anyone ever teach you how money works? How to save it? How to grow it? How to protect it? How to think about it? For most people, the answer is no. And that absence, that missing education, costs people more over their lifetime than almost any other gap in knowledge. Welcome back to Gentle Wisdom. Today I want to teach you what school never did. The financial lessons that nobody taught you, and that are available to you right now, no matter how old you are or how much you currently know about money. So slow down, listen carefully, and let's begin. Lesson 1. Why school never taught you about money. Here is the first uncomfortable question. Why do schools teach so many subjects but almost never teach students how money works? The answer is complicated, but one part of it is simple. Schools were designed to create workers, not wealth builders. Students who understand how to earn income from employment. Not students who understand how to build assets that generate income independently. This is not a conspiracy. It is a design. And it is a design that has left generations of educated people financially unprepared. Morgan Housel, in his book The Psychology of Money, makes a powerful observation. Financial success has very little to do with intelligence or education. It has almost everything to do with behavior, with habits, with how you think about money over time. And behavior and habits are exactly what schools do not teach. The result is that most people reach adulthood knowing how to solve algebraic equations, but not knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. Knowing the causes of historical wars, but not knowing how compound interest works. The knowledge gap is not your fault, but closing it is your responsibility. Remember this. You were not taught this in school, but you can learn it now. And learning it now will change everything that follows. Lesson 2. The most powerful concept nobody showed you. Here is the concept that school never taught you and that wealthy people understand deeply. Compound interest. A compound interest is simple. When your money grows, the growth itself starts to grow. Over time, this creates an effect that feels impossible until you see it. Imagine two people. Both are 25 years old. The first, Mia, saves a small amount every month starting today. She is not aggressive. She is consistent. She lets the growth compound for 40 years. The second, Ben, waits until he is 45 to start saving. He saves twice as much each month, but he only has 20 years for the growth to compound. When both reach 65, Mia has significantly more money than Ben. Not because she saved more in total, because she started earlier and let time do its work. Time is the ingredient that makes compound interest extraordinary, and it is the one ingredient that cannot be bought or replaced. Only used or wasted. Here is what works. Start saving something today. The amount matters less than starting. Because the earlier you start, the more time you give the compounding to work. Lesson 3. Income is not the answer. Here is the third lesson school never taught you. Having a high income does not make you wealthy. What you do with your income does. There are people earning $200,000 a year who have almost nothing saved, and people earning $40,000 a year who have built genuine financial security. The difference is not the income. It is the gap between what comes in and what goes out. Wealth is not what you earn. It is what you keep. Most people, when their income rises, let their spending rise with it. New apartment, better car, more expensive habits. The income goes up. the savings rate stays the same. And financial security never arrives. The people who build wealth over time do something different. When their income rises, they keep their spending relatively stable and let the gap between income and spending grow. That growing gap is what builds wealth. This requires a very specific kind of thinking. Delayed gratification. Choosing future security over present comfort. Saying no to visible status in order to build invisible wealth. It is not glamorous, but it works every time. Start here. Calculate the gap between what you earn and what you spend each month. If the gap is small or negative, that is the number to work on, not the income, the gap. Lesson 4. You can start learning today. Here is the final truth. You spent years in school learning things you may never use. The financial education you actually need was never part of the curriculum, but that education is available to you now. In books, in conversations, in videos like this one. In the simple act of paying attention to how money moves through your life. And the earlier you start, the more time you have. Not just for compound interest to work on your savings, but for compound learning to work on your financial knowledge. Every book you read about money, every habit you build around saving, every decision you make to choose the future over the present. These compound too. The person you will be in 10 years financially is being shaped by the decisions you make starting today. School never taught you this, but now you know. And knowing is only the beginning. Acting on what you know is where everything changes. Train your mind and keep becoming.